And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored and our second half hour. Thank you for hanging in there with us. You won't regret it. It didn't take long for criminals to try to take advantage of power outages in the area. Hurricane Beryl, the storm that hit us. Houston police say 4 just were arrested yesterday, burglarizing 2 businesses during the storm. Devontae Carter, Dale Morrison, Daquan Britt, and Cornell Green, and some of them are convicted felons on bond from jail as well, and we have a long list. That's just 4 we talked about. Joining me now to talk about this here on The Factor Uncensored from Crime Stoppers, Andy Kahn, and just how many have been arrested is just mind-blowing. So you and Randy Wallace, my favorite reporter here at Fox, you guys did a report Wednesday, which we aired Wednesday, about people getting out on bond who took advantage of many people during Hurricane or Tropical Storm Beryl once it got over Houston. So you see 4 more people arrested, then we have more and more and more. Your thoughts on this?
Crime Stoppers, we started noticing this trend. I look at the daily bookings every day that are booked in the jail, and I'm seeing burglary of a building, burglary of a building, burglary of a building, and I'm going, geez, I've never seen so many in my life. So there was like 17.
Did you have to remember a storm was going on, and we were at our most vulnerable?
And that's what was really frustrating to me. This is about as low as you can get. I mean, you break into a business during a disaster that's just trying to stay afloat, and you take advantage of that. And that's why I started taking a deep dive into these cases. We've actually documented over 40 offenders now charged with burglary of a building, and some of them really blew my mind. Some of them were out on multiple felony bonds. Some of them had 5 felony convictions. Some of them had 10 felony convictions. One guy, the guy that we featured on our Breaking Bond, he had 5 felony convictions. He's on probation for assault of a pregnant woman, which he beat her 3 times with a fist. Then he gets another conviction in Kennedy County, so now he's on 2 probations, and he gets a PR bond. Now he's charged with burglary of a building. The good thing, Isaiah, and this is what we're going to be looking at right now, because these crimes were committed during a declared disaster, they're subject to enhanced penalties. So burglary of a building is classified as a state jail felony, which means up to 2 years in a state jail facility. But because it happened during a disaster, it now becomes a 3rd-degree felony, meaning you are subject to imprisonment for 2 to 10 years. And trust me, we are going to be watching every single case, and we're going to be letting the public know what happens to miscreants who break into our businesses during a disaster.
And Andy, this is your business, but how upset or to you, how egregious was it that you see people out there in Houston, and we always talk about Houston comes together, and we know they do. We Houstonians come together during times of disaster. But when you see people that are out there taking advantage of the city and business owners and homeowners when we're at our most vulnerable, your thoughts about that?
I can't really tell you on air my personal thoughts
it's
on
a factor. You can.
I'm telling you, I just got so ticked off seeing all these charges, and I'm going, you know what? I'm going to start documenting this, because that's about as low as you can get to take advantage of businesses that are shut down and break in and steal stuff. So I hope right now, I hope the book gets thrown out of them. I hope they go to prison, and I hope we send a message that if you commit these types of crimes during a disaster, you're going to go away for a long time and you're not going to breathe free air.
And of course, one of the things you just said, you hope that the book is thrown at them. We have to have the judiciary that's not there just passing their time and it's routine, and not giving people bonds who don't deserve bonds, and individuals who may be a menace to society. You just can't let them out again.
You have to send a message, bottom line, and that's why we're going to be documenting, and that's why we decided, you know what, we're going to let everybody know what happens to these defendants. It's great when you got HPD and the Sheriff's Department arresting these individuals, but the real issue is what happens after they get arrested, what happens to them in the courts, assuming they get convicted.
And so your count probably ended yesterday as a result of what's coming in for arrest.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah. We still have Thursday, Friday, and until people get their lights, would you be shocked that it would go up to 100?
I think by now, I saw it kind of it tailed off today a little bit right here, but I'm going to be keeping an eye. I don't know. I was shocked to see this many so far. So would it surprise me? No. I hope that the courts are looking. I know they're watching, because I have noticed that a lot of them are still in custody and they have not bonded out.
And
so
of course,
that's a good sign.
You will tell the courts, if you are not taking this seriously, we will highlight you on Breaking Bond with Randy Wallace.
We'll see you every Tuesday night. Trust me, it's going to happen.
All right, Andy Kahn, always good to see you here on The Factor.